Hello everybody, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. We've solved 249 puzzles now, and I checked online, I put it in the title of the last video, but apparently there's more than 1,000 puzzles in the whole game, so we are about 25% of the way through, which is bonkers to me. And now we're done with the areas and the puzzles that I'm happily tackling over there to get our gold frames. And so, a 5 here to unlock the path ahead. It's a 5. That's adorable. Precision must be exactly 5. And rose windows. Okay, so this has to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because that has to come out to somewhere. This has to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we missed blue. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That probably does it, right? No? How are we getting this to a red? Well, we can do that over. And that over. And then that becomes a 5. I don't know which one of those... Oh. Hold on, right, I was very happy up till here. So, that has to come down. That has to come down. Those are going to get one of those from somewhere. This has to come down, has to go blue. Which means the only red it can get is this one. That's 5. But it doesn't need this. So it could be that, it could be below. That means this has to be this. Could be up, could be below. This has to get that. That's 5. But then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 areas that don't fit. Oh, wait. No, one. I'm confused. So, this has to be this. Put a box around it. That has to go out to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a box around it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That I'm very happy with. Then it's from here that things get squirrely. Let's go back down to here then. Blue has to go out through red. I can't do that. So this blue has to pick up this yellow, which would be this. Perhaps that, and that, and that, and that. This, this, this. That's all looking very good. This yellow has to get to a red. Could be that, which would leave that, which would leave that, and that. Does this work? There's 5, 10, 15 areas left. There. Complete the final puzzle in the town area. And then we have... So is that this one plus 2? That is. That one counted towards that. Okay. Right then. I guess this is the forest, perhaps? Area number shows the area of a region. Okay. So... 3, 3... 4, 4. Goose has come to say... his nose muted the microphone there with the capacitance sensitivity button. So hopefully that was working as intended up till now. That's that. Then that has to be that. So this can get out, except... Oh, these could be an area of 5 together, I suppose. Right, let's reevaluate that then. This has to do this. That has to do that. That has to do that. Put a box around it. That has to do that. Put a box around it. That's 3. That's 4. That's 4. That's 5. Okay. We're just on a little path of learning right now. 1 in the center. Seven there is very chunky. This has to be this or this. But the 5 is basically trapped by this region. So do that, do that, do that. Then if we do 3 and 3 and Q, comes out simply. Those must be these. Now, none of these can reach those, so we're going to have other areas within the puzzle that are not kind of within the numbers, so that's fine. If you're going to get to 4... How on earth? Okay, here's the thing, right? You think that if this is going to be 4, it has to come out to here. And then you go, well, that's 2, and this gets blocked off. But here's what you do. You do that and this. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4, that's 2. And you just colour in all the rest. Tricky little 6 over here. And then here's some branching paths ahead. 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, no. How did I screw this up so bad? I thought I was doing the path just fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh. 21. We got there. I just can't see. So, are these new mechanics? Yes. Palisade. Shows the shape that must be made by the borders of that cell. Okay. Area number. We're going to stick with this for now, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trixie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Caught you out on that one. Where do we begin? Well, this and that have to be together. It can either go 4 up high, or it can go 4 like that. It's going to be one of them. So those two are definitely part of the 4. This 3 could stretch over to there. Right, well, if this is definitely part of the 4, then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least. Because if the 4 comes down to here, then that's going to be 6. Or if it comes to here, then that could be 6. So those two must be that. Those must be that. Has to be this. And that's 2. That's 3. That's 2. That's 5. That's 3. That's 3. That's 4. That's 6. Easy, as I lean over and scratch my ankle. A 1. Alright, we'll start with what we know to be true. I would love just a button that tells me the total count on the board, because then I could know if there are going to be empty squares. And like we could do like 6, 12, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 5, 10, 16, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So everything has to be part of a region. So it just means that there's no ambiguity about what's left. Could be lots of little hidden nooks for puzzles around these parts, couldn't they? Where's our window? Let's answer that question. Over here. 8 of 14 and 8 of 21. And this seems to come all the way over here, though there's a separate window there, which is intriguing. Is there a puzzle hiding right there on the right? But for now, back over here. We did that. Again, we can go 6, 12, 18, 36, 6, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 35. Or I did bad math, but maybe there's one region of 1 to throw you off. Could be. Could be. Put a box around it. Draw that line. This 3 has to get out, so that 3 has to go to there. This 6 has to get out. Can't join that 6 because it's too big. So that 6 has to get out. This 6 has to get out. That's a 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these. That has to get out, though. So that's your 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your 6. Then we can do 2, 3. Oh, excuse me. 3, 2, 6. And the one that we counted and was indeed the one unassigned piece that we gained from doing the count. Right, some of these 5s can overlap. We have 30 squares. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's more than 30 in numbers, so at least 2 of the 5s are going to have to overlap. That has to come out to there, put a box around it. That has to come out to there, at that line. This 5 has to get out to at least here. That makes that 2 there. Then that is going to come out to here. That's going to absorb that 5. That's going to be 2 on its own. This is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and something. That's got to be 2. That's got to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that one. Thank you. Not bad. Anything hiding in this tree? A forest is going to have so many potential spots to hide stuff, you know? 2 box, 2 box. 1, 2, and the 3 could go either way. I don't know if there needs to be counting here or not. Okay, this can't exist because that 2 has to get to somewhere, so that's a 1, that's a 2. Then that's a 2, that's a 2. That's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 3. Wait. No, hold on. That's a 2. That's a 2. This is a 2, but it can't join that 3. So that has to go there, leaving 1. That 2 has to get out. This 2 has to get out. This 2 has to go somewhere. I guess I could leave that one empty and go 3, 3, 3, 3. There you go. Oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a 7th from somewhere. but not this one specifically. That's a different color. Probably that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an... This is a group of 8. Oh, I just have to... Can we not colour in both things that way, please? Thank you. Polyominoes and areas. These two can be in the same thing. It would be that shape or that shape. You're a 1. Put a box around it. You with that shape. Can this exist? Tiny H's. It can be that. Can that H exist in any other way? I think it's very clear these two have to be part of the same thing, which would make it a 3 long line. Well, it could be. That's the art. It could be that. Which frees up one piece down here. Doesn't it? So... how can I do a H around here? It's not that either. What's going on? How many ways can I get this to be part of the H? It would have to be the terminus. So then that's that. Could be that as well. I can't make that fit. These walls are interesting in the center. It's only a difficulty 2. I'm clearly just not good at rotating stuff. There it is. We found the move. 3, 2, 2 26s. But we can't exist on both sides of a wall. So that's the other colour. And we can't do this and block that off. So this is the other colour. Oh god, how do we do these two as different colours? Six, 12, 18, 24. Oh, they're going to be the same area of 26 is what it's going to be. We just have to navigate around like this and then pick up some extras. Excuse you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Not bad. The area. Restore the area number window. A beautiful window. You're a different mechanic up that way, surely. Minimums, interesting. Well, we're over here for now. And this, are you a different match? Oh my god, there's so many different mechanics going on. But we are staying firmly planted right now in area number. Alright, there's going to be a real big question here as to whether all these 6s are in the same zone. The answer is no, because if they were, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 only gets on the count of 10. So if we look at the quote-unquote negative space around this group of lines is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's a group. Cheeky, but we get there. 3, 3, 4, 2. Okay. We got roses. This is in an area of 5 and must have one of these. This is within the area of itself and must, but the rest of the space can be enjoyed freely. Now this could be that. Except it can't be because this area doesn't get a flower. So we have to draw this shape in some way that doesn't stop us from making a really big group with what remains. Because then if we make this a 5, we've got 2 areas on either side. One doesn't have a flower. So which way around can we do this to get one remaining area and a flower? Is a lovely question. Again, I wish I could just kind of make this shape and then pick it up and rotate it and slide it and flip it, because it would make visualizing the problem so much easier. Close, but no. We know we can't go all the way to the edge. Can't be that one. Where can it go? Oh, here's something. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I assume that this was the flower that had the region, but it does not have to be. Well, it can't be that. I mean, it's starting to look like it most probably is, but there it is. Yeah, I don't know why I got so fixated on this guy being the correct one, but 5, 10, 15, 20. 2 areas of 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Simple. Like, I still find it funny that I'll do that in a moment because it's so obvious to me what the solution is, and yet the other one we just did somewhere else, whichever one it was, seemed so much trickier than that. It was this one. Like, that's a 2, but that seems so much harder. Who knows? I don't make the rules. Oh, we got deltas and Geminis. Can you imagine the final puzzle of this game with every mechanic on a humongous board as a level 7 trying to find the most nitpicky piece of correct logic? Okay. This is a 3. This is a 4. Therefore, they can't share shapes. So that has to be the 3. That has to be the other 3. That's a 3. That goes like that. This has to be a 1, 2, 3 in some way. Can't be this. So it's an L or this. If it's that, this doesn't work. So this is an L. That's annoying though, because this can't be an L then, because of this guy. Can this work? I don't see how it can work. Right. 1, 2, 3. Has to pick up a 4th. Can't pick up this one, because that doesn't get to be a 3. Has to pick up this one. Therefore, this can't be 4, with this being 4 as well. How? Question mark? This. Can't do a T-shape. This 4 has to get out. It can't be an L, because that can't be next to it, because of the delta. I don't know what does control do? Hold to measure area. Oh my god. How did I miss that? Unless it was patched and I missed it previously, but who knows how many things I've missed. Restart, redo, measure area, paint bucket, change input mode, default color palette, choose color, scroll wheel, outline shapes with borders. I can do that on middle click as well. I'm sure somebody told me that in comments and I just didn't internalize it at the time. How do we do this for? Because to my mind, it can't be this. It can't be that. And it can't be this. So I'm really perplexed at what this 4 is doing. This 3 can't do this because that would have to be a straight line. So that must do this. I'm dumb! This does not have to be a 4 large region. It can just do that and be okay. So this is a 3 long region. This is a 3 long region. That's a 3 long region. That's a 4 long region. Except can't be, because this has to be an equal shape. So this 4 needs to pick up something from somewhere. That. I don't know why I made this assumption that this couldn't be shorter. I've got so many mechanics and assumptions running through my brain. Where do we like the idea of starting? Here, probably, right? Simple. Again, like, that's a 4. Didn't feel like a 4, felt like a 2, because there's so many definite logics that you have to go through to get where you're going. Who knows? Just my little old brain holes. Oh, we can see so much back here as well. We can see so much back here now. Wow. I mean, we knew there was more to do, but sheesh. These are still part of this, aren't they? They must be. 24 of the negative space of all of these together is super interesting. So, immediate thoughts. We have to draw this and this while maintaining this as separate space between them. So the easiest way to do that is with this. That can be there. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets out. Oh, I should have done that first because that has to be a plus like this. So that really disambiguates a lot of stuff. How do you make a T shape that leaves a path open? Right, start with our definite thing here. This cannot block that off, so that must be that. How do you make this shape without blocking off all the rest of this now? I don't see how you can. They could be the same. And if they were the same, it means that this could be here. How big is this space? It's 24. You tricked me, game, because I didn't do a count. Should learn to count. 12. Every region must have one of each color. So this region of 12 is going to have one of each color, and then the remaining space is all going to be the other color. Because there's only 2 regions. So basically the question becomes, how does this count to 12, getting one of every color, without bifurcating an area from another area? Because if we did like that, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, say, or 12. But now this doesn't get flowers. So, how does this get to everything? Well, it's either going to be this or this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Q. Easy. There is our silver. Turn 10 windows silver. Decade of Splendor. And as is fairly traditional, that unlocks then a bunch of other puzzles in the region. Why is this one so massive? Is it because it's a 6? Maybe, but we'll get to it. 4, 3. Oh my. Right. Everything has to have one ball. So this is a region on its own. We've got 6, 12. Actually, if I do this and just press control, it tells me the whole area. That's going to be more useful the later we go in. So there's 30 of this. 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of those. Does that really tell me much? Not terribly. Well, this must do that, because this needs to count to 3, and we can't do it with two roses within the region. Therefore, that must do that. That's on its own. I was going to say best guess is that this goes that way, but I try not to guess. Obviously, sometimes I just get to the solution because my intuition of a guess was correct, but the bigger the puzzles get, the more that's going to come back to haunt me. We know this. This needs to pick up 1 rose. Could be that. Could be that. So, that doesn't help. Excuse me. Put that on there, because that's not going to have a different area. So, this and this. Where's the logic? Where is it? Roses, areas. This can't do that, but it can be a solo piece. It doesn't have to do this. I want to do that. That. Okay, here's the logic. This must be in a region that has a rose. It can only reach this rose. So that brings that down like that. This has to be in an area of 3. If we do this, this can't make 3. So it's going to be, I believe, that's on its own. That's 3. No. This needs to be in a group of 3. It can't be this because that leaves 2. So it would be that. 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 And then we colour the rest in. We got there. Neighbouring regions must have different shapes. So, this is a 2. This is a 3. This is a 1. I believe. Because the 2 can't touch that. So that's a 2. That's a 3. But is it going this way? It can't go that way. It has to go this way so that that can go that way. That's a 2. That has to be a 2 that way because it would touch this if it were the other way. This 3 can't be straight. Can't hook over that way because this 3 wouldn't have enough room, so that hooks over that way. That's a 2, that's a 3. That's a 2, that's a 3, and that's a 1. Lovely, I'm just going to rehydrate. Wonderfully hydrated. There's something hiding in this windmill. No, does not seem so. Let's see here. 4 there, a 4 here. Roses. Where do we begin? Fantastic question. Start with this 6. This 6 has to pick up a blue. So it's going to pick up that. And it has to pick up a red. Could be that one. Could be that one. Could be that one. Now, not every region has to be the regions that is presented. What looks really standing out to me right now is this. But that can't exist as 4s because this 3 needs a blue and a red. And therefore, if it gets to this red, it doesn't have any squares left to accommodate a blue. So this and this are going to be the same. We just don't know which way it's going to hook around and take one of these. That 4 could be there. It could be here. Each region contains exactly one of each symbol, which means if this was this and this was this, that would be a region without a symbol. So that means that I think this blue can reach that red, and then this could go to there. Damn. Well, this blue is going to come to either that one or that one. If it does this, that can do that. If it does this, it's already accommodated. That could do that, that could do that. Where's the logic? Find the logic. This 6 needs a blue. We discussed that earlier, and it has to be this blue, because it's the only way the 6 can get out. This 5, therefore, needs a blue. And it could be that. But then this doesn't get to a blue. This red can now only reach this blue. Therefore, this red can only reach this blue. Because if it goes through the 4, it doesn't pick up a blue. So I think that has to be true. Which means that has to be 5. Which means that has to be 6. Which means that picks that up. Is this going to work out? That's going to be the 4. In all likelihood then, that's going to be the 3. Then that can pick up that. That can pick up that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not at all. Not at all working out for us here. I find a different piece of starting logic apart from that those must be together and that these must be together. It's so tough to see where things must be groups. This 4 must take either this red or that red. If it takes this red, we can do that and that. Which means this 4 has to take that blue. But now we can't leave this one space empty. I can't see the in. I can't see it. This looks simpler. Always a bold statement. Every area needs 1 red, but we only have 4 numbers and 5 reds. So 1 red is going to accommodate all of the negative space that is not consumed by everything else. Now, this 3 must take that, or could be this. Could be that. Close. Very close. That lets that get to there. No, that doesn't work. There's like a line that crosses through the center X where we have to figure out where the 2 things are on the opposite sides of the line. This can't do this because it leaves this gap. So therefore, this 4 must pick up the red from there, and its last piece must be this one or this one, which means that is negative space for the final. I think the middle one has to be the one that then branches out to everywhere, right? Yeah. How do we do the 6? How do we do the 6? Wait a minute. Where have I gone wrong here? Because this 4 can't pick up this guy. Because if 3 picks up that, we end up with the negative space. I think this has to happen. That has to come out to there. If this 3 picks this up, then this blue space can't cross the 6 red boundary here. So I think that has to go that way. Which means I'm back here again. I can't get that to count to 6. Goose is here. Sat on the couch. Right, start with what we know is true. Oh, and he's on my chair. Hello, Goose. Don't hit the cables. How long can I gently stroke his chin before he gets uppity? Goose, we can't do this right now. Goose has pottered off. I was looking at the puzzle from across the room and I was like, oh yeah, I could do it that way. And now I can't refigure out that execution. Was it? Not quite this. Because I make that gap not work. But I was like, maybe this 5 can pick up from somewhere else rather than being this. But then the 6 dot still presents a problem, doesn't it? Why did my brain think I had the solution? Oh, that's 2 now. No, I don't know why I thought my brain had the solution. That can't do that. It has to be this. This goes up. That can come to here. But it leaves that space void of the 5. I'm still reasonably happy about this. I just can't cut this through here. I've become unstuck on the last couple, haven't I? I just can't get past a piece of logic here that gets me to where else I need to be. And Goose is back once again, but he's looking out the window. The 6 really is breaking me here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is no good. He's caught in the curtains. He has freed himself from the curtains. Nope, he's pulled the whole curtain rail down. Alright. Curtains are back up. It's not the most arduous job. It's not like he ripped loads of stuff out of the walls or anything. Why can't I see any piece of logic that makes this work? I can't cut in anywhere on that. I'm going mad. There it was. Right there, in front of me. Oh boy. 10 more. I guess, yeah, there's lots around still, isn't there? That's where we bifurcated our paths. 26. 26. How big's the area total? Goodness, I'm glad I'm not counting these manually anymore. Goose! That puppy is having one heck of a day. Areas show their listed regions, so that's a 2. This 2 can go either way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that can get to there, but not if we block the 6. So okay, it's going to be 2 regions of 26 minimum. That's fine. Why would I not just colour all of this in until at least there? That's 25, that's 26. Not just this. Where are we wrong? Oh, okay. I did look at that and think, oh god, is that going to be a problem? But no, it was just there. Just kind of there. All areas are their numbers, but not all areas have numbers. Feels like there's like 14 different possible solutions for this. This 6 can't pen in this 5. That can't pen in that 5, but that could just do that. This 5. Okay, so the 4 has to be in a shared region. Simple enough. Where are we at? 54 minutes. There are 8 more puzzles around here. I count 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a bunch hiding over here. Of course there is. This has to come out. All shapes must be this region. So this 2 has to come out. That 3 is going to be there. That 3 has to come out. That 2 goes there. This empty space has to join up with something, which will be that 3, 2, and 2. This 2 has to go that way because it can't make this way and a single. That means that 3 has to go that way. That has to go that way. That has to go there. Here, 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 here. Nice and simple. A 4, a 3. That's got to be this. That's got to be that. All regions must be one of these shapes. The 4s and the 5s are straights or squares. So the 4 is that, and this 4 is that. And the 5s can be funky funky shapes. That's too big. Well, this 4 can't be 4 long. It's either this or this. How can I get these two in the same shape? Like that. Simple. 4 there. Who's hiding back here? 3. Neighboring shapes must have different regions. So this can't be 4 and 4 because they are the same region. So I'm reasonably happy with that. They can be 1s, that's allowed. That is a 1. Now it's just going to be like, can we count through 3s and 2s all the way around this perimeter? 3 would make 2 and 2, which can't be. So it has to be 3 and 2 and 1 and 2. And 3 and 2 and 2 is so close. So close. This is like so many of these ones that look like they're going to be fine until that very last moment. Right, let's check this bottom piece again. So that one's locked in. This has to be either this, could be 1. Can't be 3. So I'm pretty happy that that's correct. That's 1. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. That's 2. That's 3, that's 2. Oh, we were right there. Something was just a smidge off. 3 back here. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. Simple enough start. There's a bunch of ways that that could exist. This 5 can't be the region of that 5. This 3 can't be the region of this 3. So I think that has to do that. I like the look of all of this. This has to go up straight. This 4 can't do that. All right, restart me. Give me this again. Then that. Because that can't go up. This has to be in a T shape, which has to be this. That has to get to there. But thereafter, it can't be a T. Could be this or something, rather than what I previously assumed it to be. This could be that. Except that has to be that, so that has to be that. This could go there. 5, 4, 2, 4. Again, we come up against this L-shaped problem. I think there's no way that's not that. I'm trying to see other ways that this shape could exist. Just colour everything else in? Is that it? No! How many more of these do we need to do for the frame? 5 more. How are we going to make symmetry out of this? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But that can't do that. How do we make symmetry out of this? That must be. This can't be, because that traps this in. So this must come down here. That can go up or down. That must come down to here, because these shapes are the same. Don't see how I can make... This is 5, 6, 7. I can't use these. That would have to go up there. Then the 10 gets blocked in. How do we do 10? Seven and 7. Seven and 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Right, here's what I'm going to do. I was gonna finish this video and then go make dinner. But because of the goose-related shenanigans, I'm going to pause this recording, go eat, and then we will resume with some fresh eyes. So I'll be back in a moment. Alright, for you an instant, for me 2.5 hours. So, where are we at? 5 more puzzles to do. There's Giant McGiant over there. Let's try this. Sure. Well, that's easy. If this goes up there, which it may or may not, it's going to have to come down at least for 8. Which means this is going to have to come down for at least 8, and that's going to have to go across for at least 7. Then this is either going to be that. Well, it can't be that. It could technically be that. That would be valid, right? Yeah. Alright, so can't work with that for logic yet. Have to find something else. Well, unless there's some kind of rotation, because it's the same shape, not the same orientation of the shape. At most, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that would never let this out. So if that was 4 and that was 4, it wouldn't let it out. So it's not this. It's not that, I think. That's 6, that's 6. We could do 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Well, that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this fine? Is this like totally... Oh, there's this... Oh, gross. I didn't even see... Hold on. I didn't even see this equals sign here. That throws me for a loop. So how do we build 7? This has to get out from somewhere. If this is 7, we have to do 7 on the other side of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would have to be 3 over. It's kind of close, but that's 8 instead of 7. Those are not the same shape. They're kind of close to it. We know that's a lock-in. How are we going to get 7 pieces off of this that match 7 pieces off of this? Because... Alright, let's think about this a second. If this is part of this, and that's part of that, then this 4 has to come up to here. And then it could come down, but my gut says this is going to come over. And we also have this 9 to deal with. Oh boy. Right, so that's equal to that. Because that has to come out. I really think it must be this. Because how on earth are we going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Can't fit that in there, though. I don't see it at all, because this can't exist, because then the 9 would have to be 7 big, and that can't be a thing. One, two. That has to get out. I really don't see how I make this be 7. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would work. But now the 9s are like completely balked, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can't do it. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I could, like, invert that around this, but I can't do that either. We are not having much luck with what remains. Well, this seems fresh. If this is an area of 3, it must be that one. If this is an area of 3, it must be that one. That stands to pretty good reason, I would say. This has to be 2 different areas of 6 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 can't exist. So it'd have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Either 4, 5, 6 or 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. No. 1, 2. 7 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not bad. Nice to solve something. 30 of 34. Do we see you yet? I don't remember if we saw you yet. I think we did. I think we're going to go somewhere else if we can find one. This we haven't seen yet. Everything must be one of these shapes. Okay, well. We can start here. The 3s are obviously where we're going to fill out the rest of the space. Let's start with this one, because it's the closest to kind of a wall and a corner barricade. It can't be this. Therefore, it must either be this or this. But it can't be that, because then neither of these can be this 7. So that has to be that. And then this has to be a 1 tacked onto a 6, which would have to be that. Then that's a 3. Then that could be that. Or this. And then 3, 3, 3. So no disambiguation there yet. Let's look at this corner, this 7. Can't be the long one, so it has to be the stumpy one. There's a 3. Then this can't be the long one, so it has to be the stumpy one. Then this has to be this, because there's no way... If we were to do this, then we get a 2 there, which can't be. So that's 7. I think we're going to come unstuck in a minute when we have to do all the 3s to clear up the remnant space. This is going to have to be a 1, 2, 3. Which means this has to go here, so we can do those. Excuse you. Then that has to be that, because if it was a long piece, we wouldn't be able to get to the 2 in the gap. That has to be that. That has to be that. No, no, absolutely not. It has to be that. Lovely. Good. Any more hiding in among the trees here? I should see the beacons of light coming out of them. But, you know, I've been tricked before. We've been here before. But hey, fresh eyes. This 4 cannot be in a group with this T-shape because it just becomes too big, so that T-shape must lock into there. This 4 cannot lock into there, so this 4 is going to be one of those. Because, well, it could be this. Could be that. So let's not be too hasty on that. This must be this. This 3 could be this, or it could be that. But this 3 must be this. This is going to be a piece of straight 4, so it must be that. This 5, I like coming down to this corner. It just seems to take up a lot of good room. This could do this, which I don't think we've done before. Not really using logic so much there, but it's fine. That can be a 4, that can be... Oh, that's... Okay, that has to fill out that gap, which means this 4 has to be something different. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. This can't be a Z piece because that's a Z piece. Then this 4 can do that. Then we become unstuck here, and it's where I was just kind of making an assumption that this would be fine. We get stuck here, not being able to do a T shape or an L shape here. So it's my own doing. So back to this guy. So it has to either be this, where the 3 is going up from this, or this, but we decided that one didn't work just now. Is there any other way to make this? Because there has to be a line of 3 in there somewhere, and this either has to be in the line of 3, or one of the terminuses. But the terminuses can't go the other way, as far as I can figure out. Oh, you butt. Every time I think, oh yeah, that's it, right there, it's not. And I get trapped in my own petard. Hoisted by my own petard. Alright, once again, but with logic this time. These must be these. This 4 cannot be this. Therefore, it must be this. It simply must, right? That 4 could be that, but it can't be, because this 4 has to still get out. So if this is not a Z piece to match that Z piece, it has to come out as a 4, which means this has to be a different 4. It's not that, because this can't exist as a 3. That would have been nice, though. But that must come out to there. This has to make a 4. That is not a line piece. It would have to be this, wouldn't it? Like, so many things make so much sense, and then I just go, because it stops making sense, because that can't exist there, and that can't exist there. The 5 and the 3 are fine. I can't, I'm stuck in a loop. I'm stuck in a loop. Right, where are we at? I still need 3 more. God, I want to get 3 more today. It's always nice to tie these off in such tidy bows. Oh, you. Right, fresh eyes on this. How on earth would you put this in and that in to make it symmetrical? This can't go right because it traps that. So either going up or down, which means this must go down, which means this must go down. Have a red, please. That'd be why. We can't have a 4-piece in the middle. This is symmetrical at 10. There's a gap of 3. Nice. Okay. I was like, this shape here has to be a 180-degree inversion of this shape here. So we get that one. Nothing hiding behind a waterfall or anything? No video game classic? You're hiding under a bridge, but that's not what we're looking for right now. Okay, well, we need 2 more. There's this giant one here that I'd like to finish on. So we need one other one. Is there one hiding behind here? No. Shame. Right. Roses and regions. This has to touch either that red or that red. But that could go that way to do it. I like this 3. That would have to come to here. Can't do that 5 because this 4 needs to pick up a different red. Right, actually, try using Gothic like Try using logic like you said you would, Gothic. What do we know must be true? This and this are part of the same group. We just don't know which way around it hooks. This needs a red and a blue. If it's this blue, we can't reach that red. If it's that blue, we can't reach that red. Therefore, it must take that red. I believe. Therefore, this 5 has to take this blue, which means that has to take that there. Then this 5 can take that red or that red, and the other ones can be paired up together. This 6 has to take this blue, because it can't take any other blue, which means this 5 must take that blue, which means this red must take that blue. This needs one more square. It could be that one, it could be that one. It could be that one, except no, it wouldn't trap the red in. Or the 5. Give me pen a second. So, those are accounted for. Those are accounted for. You've got a blue. You need a red. And it has to be one of these two. Because if it's this one, we would have blue, red, and then we'd have a spare red. So this red is not for this 6. But it could be a region that spreads over that. So here we have 1, 2, 3. We need 2 more cells of that. And here we have 1, 2. We can take 2 cells basically wherever we want them for the 6 and the 5. But wherever I want does not necessarily mean wherever logic dictates. This red must be with this blue, because there's no other one for it to go with. Now, does it have to go through this 4? Yes. Because this 4 can now get to that red, but not this blue. So those are grouped together. Put boxes around those. You need 1 more tile. You need 2 more tiles in a red. That could be this, it could be that. It could be that, because then those 2 make a pair, or those 2 make a pair. So we've got this region here with 1 and a pair and 1 and a pair, and we've got this all over here. Plus, you need a last square, which shouldn't be the most limiting factor here. I just don't quite see where we become unstuck if we just start colouring in the rest of this. Well, it's the size of the regions. So let's just say we did the moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Now this doesn't have a region to exist with, right? So that's where we have to think, okay, what region do these 2 cells belong to? I think it would have to be that. Then this takes up that, that takes up that. This can just all be empty space. Oh no, what do we do with these? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Everything has come crumbling down around me. So this can't exist because it leaves an empty gap on the other side of it. That can exist. And that can exist. How does this 6... well, that can go up to there and collect those. But now this 4 doesn't get a red. This all come crumbling down in my brain. Okay. Again. This cannot do... it could do that. It could do that, because we could do that and that. So it's probably not this. Almost certainly not, because now this 5 breaks. Stop just trying random stuff and do something that works. What region is this tile a part of? That is a new, as yet unconsidered option. Except it can't be that because this 6... Oh no, this 6 could have a blue. But then this red would have to have that one. Alright, we are solving with vibes. We are not solving with vibes because this 4 would have to do that and then that 3 doesn't get a red. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing some fundamental piece of logic that starts the puzzle. Where is it? This and that must be together through one of those. I know that much. And I feel like that's all I know as much of. What else can I know for sure? Is a real question right now. All right, can't be this because this 4 doesn't get to a red. What 4s can this red get to? What reds can this 4 get to? Either that one or that one, but no others. And if it gets to this blue or this blue, then it can't get to that red. So this 4 must take this blue. It simply must. And then it's going to be, I think, something like this 6 needs a blue. So this 6 must have this blue. And it needs 1 red. If this 6 must have this blue, this 5 must have this blue. If this 5 has this blue, then it can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that would be too large. So this 6 must take this piece as well. So that's all good and fun. This 5 could take this or that. The 6 needs a red. I don't think it can be this one. Because if it were... Well... This 5 gets a blue and a red. But we can't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Because that's too many tiles. So if this 5 is going to get this blue, which I think we've decided it must. Can I? Oh, I can right click to erase notes. I was just going to do it intuitively and it worked. This 5 must take this blue. Now it can fill in 2 more gaps. It's got 2 available shading. This 4 has 2 available shading. Who is getting this red? Could be this 4. Could be this 5. Could not be this 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be. So if this 6 took red and blue and red, and this 5 took that, this is just free to be used. This would have to take this. Now I'm just doing vibes in pencil rather than using logic. I swear. I don't see where the next bit of logic is. We can colour that in. Okay, up here. This red would need a blue. That means this red would need a blue, which means this doesn't get a red. Red, red. It can't be this. Because who's going to have this tile? This amorphous group? You never got a red. Wait. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. Okay, 33 of 34. And this to sit and stare at. Areas show the entire region and polyominoes must exist. So, this must either be this, or this, or this, or this. So those 4 must be that. And I believe it's the same for all of those. Now how that stretches inwards on each remains unknown. The 6 here seems curious because it's going to start like having to be much bigger spaces without pinning in the 5 or the 4. So this 4 has to go somewhere, this 5 has to go somewhere. And if we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 4 gets stuck. So I think that 6 is locked in, which means that 4 does that. This 5 does at least that, which means this does that. That seems like a great start. That's solid. 2, 3. Not sure quite how that plays out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock it in. If this existed like this, That would be all valid around that edge, and I have no reason to suspect that that wouldn't work, because it keeps everything contained within this corner. But if it was this, we could still do 3 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. It just means we have less room to work with over here. But vibes, not logic. This 2 has to take one of those. And this 4 has to get out to somewhere. So this 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could not be this. Could be that. Honestly, we're vibing. We're leaning into vibes. Now here's what I really don't like. Is that in a world where there is a unique solution, that could do that, or that, without repercussion, the way this is currently built. Which seems unideal. Where does this stretch out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That traps the 3 in. Alright, yeah. All those vibes out the window, which we knew they would be. I'm just bad. Okay, I was happy up till here. We didn't figure out... Well, let's think about this. If this was here, the 6 can't get out with the 3 getting out and the 4 getting out. If this is here, we can't get the 3 and the 4 out. If this is here, I can't get the 3 out. Therefore, this must be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No? Now I'm very confused. Because the 3 doesn't get out there. Did I dismiss this yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or similar. Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, the 4 doesn't get out. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. That seems better, doesn't it? So then. What? This can't do that because it traps the 3 in. This can do this. We've seen this play out at least one version before. That could be 3. 4, 5, 4, 2, 3. I can't see a definite logical step for the top half yet. The 2 must get out. This is just vibes. Oh, the 6 is there. Let's worry about the 6, shall we? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suffocates the 4. So this can't do this because it suffocates the 6. It can't do that because it suffocates the 5. It can't do... Could it do this? No, because it suffocates the 4. No, it doesn't. I just can't count. That wasn't so bad. For a 6, come on. Decade of Glory, Guild 10 Windows. Alright, so there's definitely, as ever, a couple of puzzles that were tripping me up in this area, but again, we've said it before, I'll say it again, those will be victory lap puzzles for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.